Hey, folks, good morning and welcome to another episode of Steelers Morning Rush. I'm Alan Saunders. It is Thursday, February 20th. Again, still dealing with this cold I've been having that really kicked my butt this week, and I've still got like 12% of a voice. So appreciate you bearing with me. See if we can get a little farther into this than yesterday. We got a great question here on Twitter from Trey Bueller at TreyB55. Says, hey, Alan, a big fan of Morning Rush, Afternoon Drive, and the SN site. And I have a free agency question for you. And I'm going to paraphrase here. He goes on to say, last year, Patrick Queen was a unexpected splash signing at inside linebacker. This year, all the talk is about wide receiver, corner, D-line, and quarterback. Is there a position that's flying under the radar? Where could you see the Steelers surprising us with a significant signing? To me, guard seems to stick out. I totally agree. In just that, like, that's a place I could see the Steelers making an unexpectedly significant addition. Last year, also, you remember Mason McCormick was a surprise draft pick. I don't think a lot of people had guard on the Steelers' radar in the fourth round after having already drafted Troy Fautanu and Zach Frazier in the first and second, but they went and did it anyway. The best way I can sum up the Howie Roseman drafting philosophy is if you think you have enough linemen, draft two more. And so, yeah, it would not surprise me to see guard as an addition. Yeah, I think Mason McCormick played way better than my expectations for a fourth round pick, and certainly seems like a player that could be relied upon as a starter going forward. But that doesn't have to be this year. They have Isaac Seumalo under contract for one more year. It doesn't seem like he's part of the long-term plan. It would not be the worst idea in the world to sign a guard to a free agent guard this year to be a starter and then move McCormick to left guard when Seumalo moves on after next season, having built off his experience as a rookie. I think that's perfectly reasonable. I also think it would be reasonable to draft another offensive lineman and complete the set, right? You've already, in the last two classes, picked a tackle, another tackle, a center, and a guard. You need one more, right? So either of those would be reasonable ideas to me, and I don't think you should sit here and just think that those I think we have five offensive linemen on the Steelers that we can assume will be starters, but they could certainly go try to find an upgrade on McCormick. That wouldn't be crazy. They also badly need some depth at tackle, and we'll be finding that one way or the other. And so, yeah, I think offensive line is, but like now, what type of player are we talking about here? Because this free agent guard class, I mean, you go get Trey Smith from the Chiefs, who has been really, really good. And the Steelers have the cap space. They could do it. They could go sign Trey Smith to the new largest contract in NFL history for an interior lineman, because that's what Trey Smith's going to get. The guard market has been steadily climbing the last few years. And I just get the sense that I don't think the Steelers see value in playing in that free agent market in that way. The decision to not extend the contract of James Daniels before he even entered his final season, before the injury, I think to me was a hint that they don't think the current market valuation of guards on the open market is really sensical. And when you look, like PFF has Daniels listed as the number 5 free agent guard available in the class. I might prefer Mekhi Becton. I don't know. But like, there's lots of good ones out there. Trey Smith, Will Fries, Tevin Jenkins, Kevin Zeitler, Daniels, Mekhi Becton, Brandon Scherf, Zach Martin. I mean, he's 35, but yeah. And then there's some down the road guys, Aaron Banks, Patrick McCarry, Will Hernandez. There's definitely a signing to be made there. I'm just not sure. I don't think the Steelers want to play in the top part of that bracket. Have you got like McCarry, who's very versatile, can play a number of different positions. That's interesting to me. Kind of make him your number 5 starter and also your primary backup other places. I can maybe get on board with that. But I think I wouldn't be ordering your Trey Smith Steelers jersey on what's the DH gate or whatever, I would probably hold off on that thought. Another sleeper free agent position is defensive line. And I know how good it is in the draft and how much we've talked about the defensive linemen in the draft, but it's a decent defensive line free agent class as well. And boy, I think Milton Williams would look really good, man. I don't know. Been a lot of former Eagles over here these last few years. Just saying. I think you could see, like, that wouldn't shock me either, although I don't think anybody is talking about that kind of move. All right, we got a little bit farther than we did yesterday, and we'll try to save the rest of my voice for afternoon drive. Be back with Smitty here on the YouTube platform around 6 o'clock for that. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Really appreciate all 15,000 and counting of you who have decided to do that. We really, really love you guys and our audience. And also, make sure you go over to SteelersNow.com. I'm going to be breaking down the free agent options at cornerback today, so go check that out as well. And until next time, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and enjoy.